Wondering what's changed in the new take of Gosho Aoyama's classic shonen series? Well, you've come to the right place. But before we get started, for the uninitiated, Yaiba is the manga that ran from 1988 to 1993 and was written by Gosho Aoyama, who's most famously known for writing his mystery manga, Detective Conan, also known as Case Closed in the West. Yaiba was poised to be Shonen Sunday's answer to Dragon Ball and was Gosho Aoyama's second serialized manga after Magic Kaito 1412. But this isn't Yaiba's first foray into animation, because Yaiba has had an OVA in 1991, an anime in 1993, and followed by a crossover OVA as well. But here we are 30 years later with a fresh take on an old classic. So, let's take a look at what makes Yaiba so special and find the differences between the manga and the anime, and in case I forget anything, let me know in the comments down below. Let's get started. The anime immediately frays away from the first chapter and shows off a sick flash forward to the final arc of the Yaiba manga called the Yamato no Orochi arc. In this, we can see Yaiba going against the antagonist of the show, and this animation is just so good. After this, we come back to the first chapter where we see Kurogane Yaiba trying to lure a gorilla. This is a slight change from the manga, where the gorilla comes and attacks Yaiba without Yaiba trying to provoke it. Even though this is a slight change from the manga, we immediately get a sick shot that is right out of the manga. In the manga, Yaiba immediately defeats the gorilla, but the anime takes this opportunity to show a sick fight scene between the gorilla and show off some of the supporting cast. We're first introduced to Shinosuke, who is not in the first chapter of the manga, followed by Kagetora, but this is a slight change from the manga where Kagetora is actually trying to eat Yaiba, and they both haven't been acquainted yet. In the manga, following the defeat of the gorilla, they eat it. But I can see why that was changed in the anime, mostly because of time, and we see the entire gorilla army. Most of it stays the same between the anime and the manga, but instead of Yaiba, his father, and Kagetora ending up in a pineapple crate, they end up in a more fitting crate of bananas. The next scene is Sayaka waiting for her father, Raizo, at the airport, and it's mostly the same except for the change of Sayaka having a phone, which I don't see as a big deal, to be honest. In the anime, most of the scene takes place in Sayaka and Raizo's POV, but a whole scene of Yaiba, his father, and Kagetora fighting in the airport is cut. This is because the three already know each other and there's no reason for Kagetora to come after Yaiba. Instead, the whole scene is streamlined into the three being chased by the police, because they were smuggled in a crate. The rest of the scene plays almost the same, with Yaiba going up against Raizo, but this scene... Wit Studios actually nailed it. The rest of the scene plays the same, with the whole gang escaping the airport, but this time with a nice little touch of Sayaka remembers taking the suitcase. But in the manga, Yaiba says he's gonna fight the whole city, and he proceeds to do that by throwing pineapples. The introduction of Fujimine is a bit more streamlined, with her appearing a bit more sooner in the anime, but everything else is pretty much the same, with Kenjiro shaking the lights out of her. This is followed by the fight between Muro and Yaiba, which is a straight up shot from the manga, and they make it look so cool. The animation in this scene is just god tier. One thing that's changed is Yaiba sends Muro through the roof. This is the end of the second chapter of the manga, with the next scene being an anime original with Yaiba practicing on the roof of the building. In the manga, we get to see Kenjiro leaving the house with Sayaka seeing him off, but the anime skips it entirely. Even though the anime skips this scene, it gives us a bit of backstory into Yaiba and Kagetora. This shows us Yaiba in the jungle, with Kagetora trying to eat him, which is pretty much a shot from the first chapter. Most of the changes are just scenes shuffled around, with Sayaka's friends being introduced out of the school as opposed to in class. This is because Yaiba never gets to class in the anime. In the manga, Yaiba literally fights the homeroom teacher. But all this is skipped, with Yaiba and Sayaka going directly to the dojo. This is where we get to meet Onimaru, and it is a fabulous scene. But the anime takes it one step further, with Yaiba taunting Onimaru and Onimaru defeating Yaiba in an instant. While in the manga, he's hit on the head by Sayaka and dragged away, which is pretty much what happened when he met Sayaka's friends in the anime. And that is the first episode of Yaiba. This anime covered the first 3 chapters and half of the 4th. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is the first time I'm doing a comparison between the manga and the anime of any anime. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, and if I missed anything too. See you guys later.